And being smart, it's easy, you say be smart. It's be smart. Coaches, we say that all the time. Be smart out there. But it's not that easy, is it? And I asked Jordan this morning, where are you at, Jordan? You know that role, right? Yeah. And Maurice, you know that role. And Anthony, you know about advice. We all know that. That's knowledge, right? I'm having an open board. I don't think I'll do it. That's knowledge. I hope I don't misspell any of this. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, that's knowledge. In other words, we know what it is. What's next? We get in a game situation, and then we have to use good judgment. I got to know if I'm on the sideline or not. I got to know where I am related to him. I have to use good judgment. That comes into training, right, guys? You can train making decisions, can you not? How do we do that? We practice that, don't we? Knowing the rules and then applying them, using judgment. Knowing the rules and applying the rules to football. We need that tomorrow night, right? Because we're going to be doing that. Now, it goes further than that, though, in my opinion. And you veterans have heard me talk about this before. Because this is where it gets harder. Because this game is played at a high rate of speed. The rules are vast on special teams. There's a lot of nuance to the rules. You heard the officials talking about the rules. They're trying to explain to you the nuance of the rules, what they're looking for, what is and what is not. And they talk about gray areas, don't they? And you heard them say that, didn't you, in the meeting? Well, that's in the gray area. I'm thinking of, it was Chris Moore's rep. Chris Horton? Chris Moore's rep on the gunner. And you guys watched that together. And he said, Chris, where you at? He said if you took another step, he would have thrown. And so that's nuance. There's a lot of fine detail in there. And this is where experience comes in, but it also, in my humble opinion, comes with study. Study, by that I mean watching those close plays like Coach Harbs is doing for us in there with the officials making comments on it, so you can train yourself to have this. And this is discernment. Discernment is a whole different level. Discernment. Discernment. In other words, is that close? In other words, when things are not necessarily easy to make out. In other words, when what you see is not necessarily what you get. And figuring out what those nuances are and making decisions based on that. That's different. It's different. And this is where veteran players have a bit of an advantage, don't they? Because they've done it more and they see those nuances in there. Then, after you became Anthony, a special teams player all these years, Albert, where you at? All these years. These guys end up coaching young guys, right? What do they have? They have wisdom. They have wisdom. They've been there before. A whole new level where now you can take that, all that, and as part of it, you gain wisdom. And usually, people who have discernment are considered to be in possession of wisdom. And people that have wisdom can share it with others. I encourage you veterans to do that with your teammates. Help them on the sideline. Guide them through this growing preseason development phase that they're going through.